So if you're watching this video, you're probably trying to work out what's the best business model to start in 2023. And I wanted this video to be in depth and actually, figure out what will be the best business model for you. Because I feel like there's a lot of bullshit out there and a lot of people saying this is the best business model just because they sell a course on that. But I don't sell any course, I've nothing to sell you. So I'm going to give you my unbiased opinion from actually trying all these different business models, which I've tried all of them. And some of them I've had success with and some of them not so much success with. But I want to give an unbiased opinion and figure out which would be the best for your personality type. So depending on the business model, there's actually a lot of different skills that suit different people. So for example, with dropshipping, if you're more tech savvy and you're more introverted and don't like speaking to people as much, then that might be a good model. Whereas with something like SMA, it's very sales based and requires a lot of upfront sort of talking to clients. So I'm going to go through all of them in depth. So dropshipping is basically when you sell products from a Chinese wholesaler and you put them on your website for an increased price. So for example, you might find a product that sells for £5 from a Chinese wholesaler, and then you would mark that product up on your website that you usually build on Shopify for £15, and you would keep the difference. With this method, all you need to do is essentially run ads to a store. But unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation around this business model. So you'll see a lot of these sort of dropshipping YouTubers putting dashboards of 100,000, a million on their screen. But the truth is with dropshipping, it's a very slim margin. So only a very small percent of this will actually be profit. Because when you buy the product, you've got to take the cost of fulfillment out and you've also got to take the money away that you spent on ads. So that leaves you with a small margin. However, it's a very good business model to start with as it doesn't require that much capital and it's quite easy to actually build a Shopify store and put a product on. So what are the pros of dropshipping? So first off, it doesn't require much money. You can literally get started with this business model with anywhere from sort of £500 to £1,000, I would suggest. And I have actually done this myself and was able to make around about £10,000 in revenue from roughly £800 in ad spend. So it's a huge return essentially for what it is. Also, it doesn't take long to build a store, and with technology like Shopify, it's pretty easy to get a store up in just under a week. And it's pretty fun when you see these orders coming through as a notification from Shopify store and it says you've just made £40, just made £40, just made £40. It's very, very fulfilling to actually do this business model. Also, another pro, a very quick startup time. As I said, if you get the store built in a week, get your ads up, and you can make sales the same day as you get the ads up. Also, another pro of this business model is it's quite suited for people who are quite introverted. So you're not going to have to do any sort of sales calls or, meeting people in person to sell your services or products. You're literally behind a computer screen running the store and, it's pretty much just you, and unless you hire some virtual assistants to help you down the line. So it's a good business model if you're quite shy and introverted and don't have that much experience in sales. Also, another pro of it is that it's very easy to scale. So essentially with dropshipping, you can increase your ad budget and you can scale it through the roof as far as you want it to go. So it's quite easy to make a lot of money with this. Also, e-commerce is definitely a growing market. It's one of the fastest growing markets out there. So there's got to be even more potential in the future with this market. So now let's go into some of the cons. So as I mentioned, with dropshipping, it's very slim margins. So you could make £100,000 in revenue and only take, 10, 20 grand back from that in profit, which is not the best for the amount of work you put in. Also, with dropshipping, there's a very high likelihood that the product will fail, as you need to do a lot of research into the product and find out what's working and what's not working. Also, another con of it is that it's very trend-based with dropshipping, so things can go out of season and things can come in season, which means you might have to make a new store, you might have to try multiple products before you see success with this. Another con is that this business model requires quite an extensive knowledge of Facebook advertising, which, can be quite complex at first, but watch some YouTube videos around it, and I will actually make a Facebook ad course, then, it can be a lot easier, but Facebook ads are not the easiest thing to do, and it's quite tricky at first to learn these. So my personal take on this business model. So I do actually like the dropshipping model, and I think it's a very good model to start for beginners, especially if you're shy and don't have much interpersonal skills in terms of speaking to clients and things like that. You can get started with just a laptop, an internet connection, and a small budget for ads, which is very good for a lot of people out there who are more on the introverted side. However, the margins are very slim, and it's a lot of work for making, quite a little bit amount of money. And also, you can get a lot of returns when the shipping time is a long time. So business model number 2, and this is social media marketing. So this is probably one of the hottest business models right now. Everyone on YouTube seems to be peddling this business model. This is actually the business model I'm doing right now, but as I said, I don't sell any courses. I'm not trying to push it on you, and I'm just giving you my actual opinion on what it's like. So with social media marketing, essentially you're running social media management or you're running paid advertising to get a brick and mortar or an online business more customers. What's good about this business model is, it doesn't require any startup capital at all. All you need for this is a laptop and essentially an internet connection, and you can get results quite quick with this if you're good at sales and have some good interpersonal skills. So let's talk about the benefits of social media marketing agency. So number one, as I said, it requires very little startup capital. You can literally get started with zero. Number two, it's very easy to sell this business down the line. If you did want to exit, there is a lot of value in this, especially if you have clients under contract, which essentially creates value within the business. Number three, the skills that you learn from this business model are going to carry on in life and be some of the most valuable skills you can learn, such as sales and such as speaking to, prospecting clients and also doing cold outreach. As the skills that this requires you to learn, such as sales, are going to be transferable to anything you do in the future, and it's literally one of the most valuable things you can learn. And don't get me wrong, it won't be easy, it'll be very hard, and you're going to take a lot of rejection, but it's a very, very valuable skill to learn, especially in your early days of being an entrepreneur. So now let's go through the cons. So if you're a very shy person, or you're very introverted, or you struggle speaking to people, then this can be quite a challenge to start this business model. It's going to require a lot of sort of personal input from you. And you're going to have to jump on sales calls, you're going to have to do outreach every day, and you're going to have to get used to taking a lot of rejection and a lot of no's, which can be tough for a lot of people. Secondly, this business model does require you to be very, very good at service delivery. So you've got to be actually good at delivering the results that you're selling in your marketing agency, or you're going to lose clients very fast and you're going to gain a bad reputation. So you actually need to be able to deliver results, which can be very complex at the end of the day, as with this business model, you're directly trying to make people money, you're directly trying to grow people's business, which is the reason why you could charge so much. Is it's such a valuable skill, but it's also a very hard skill to master as well. Also, with this business model, it can take a very long time to get clients, as something like sales and all that sort of stuff takes a very long time to master and get good at. So if you're starting from scratch, this can take a while to get good and actually get your first few clients. I know for me, it took me roughly a year to get my first client when I first started my first agency. So yeah, just be prepared that you might be a long time before you start making some real money with this business model. But ultimately, in the end game, you're going to make a lot of money if you get this right. So business model number three, and this is affiliate marketing. And this is something I don't see many gurus talk about online on YouTube. And it might be because they're doing a lot of this stuff on the back end. So when they sell you the courses and things like that, they're going to give you some sort of template for ClickFunnels, which they get commission from because they're an affiliate of ClickFunnels. But not many people actually talk about this. So I wanted to go more in depth in this. So essentially, affiliate marketing is selling other people's products or services, and you get a commission for selling that. So you don't need to do any of the product fulfillment, anything like that. You literally just bring the company customers and then you collect the commission. So let's go through the pros of this. So affiliate marketing doesn't require much startup capital at all, and with this model, you can leverage your existing audience, people that follow you on Instagram, or if you have a YouTube channel, you can use that to get your first few sales. So you can actually get results with this very, very quick. Second of all, you don't need to do the service delivery or product fulfillment or anything like that. As I said, you literally just need to bring them customers, so it's very easy to fulfill and takes very minimal time as well. Again, with this model, depending on the size of your audience, it's very scalable. So I would believe that this is one of the business models where you could probably get to £10,000 a month very, very quick with this business model. However, it does depend on your existing sort of audience or the people that follow you and things like that. So with this business model as well, you can get paid very well, and you get paid extortionate amounts of money just for bringing, customers to these people. So now let's go through the cons of this business model. So with affiliate marketing, it does require some sort of audience to sell stuff to. So this can take a long while to build up an Instagram following or to build up a YouTube following, which is going to help you get ahead with this business model. Second of all, depending on the company you're working with, there's a lot of companies out there that aren't too trustworthy. And if they don't feel like you're providing them enough value with the customers they're bringing you, then they'll just refuse to pay you. And this has happened to me many times in the past, where I've had thousands of pounds robbed from me by, supposedly reputable companies, just because they don't think they've got enough value out of them customers, which can be very frustrating, and it can mess you up if you spend money on ads or something like that. So you can knock your cash flow off if you don't get paid by these companies. So there is some sort of level of higher risk to affiliate marketing. Also, another con of this business model is it does require a little bit of capital. So if you don't have an audience or an existing following list or email list or anything like that, then you might want to run some advertising, which can cost a lot of money up front. So that could be anywhere from sort of £500 to £1,000, which is similar to dropshipping, but I would say that the profit margin is a lot higher with affiliate marketing. So my personal opinion on affiliate marketing, it is actually one of my favorite business models, as it requires the least work from you once you get it up and running. However, this business model is not too effective if you don't have an existing following or you don't have some sort of audience to sell products to initially, as it's going to take you a long time to build this up. So if you're looking for results quick with this, it does take a little bit longer, but in the end game, it requires very little work and you can get paid very, very well for this. So I did actually want to drop in a little bonus business model as well. So this is something that's actually very new new to the scene, and it's an AI automation agency. So essentially what this means is you pitch to a business some sort of AI tool that will help them improve efficiency, productivity, or help them get rid of staff and replace them with AI. And this is a very fast growing market, as there's a lot of businesses out there that are, sort of paying people 30 grand plus to do these sort of stupid admin tasks that AI could easily do in seconds. So if you can get this right, this could be very, very profitable, and I do see huge growth in this market. So what are the pros of an AI automation agency? So with this, you can charge high amounts of money to actually fulfill this service. So for example, if a company wants you to build a chatbot for them, you could charge anywhere from 8 grand plus for this service. So it's very well paying. Also, secondly, it's a fast growing market, so there's going to be way more potential in the future for this business to grow and other sort of avenues of make money alongside this business model. Thirdly, there's not that much competition out there yet, and this means that you can charge these high prices still, and you don't have to sort of falter and offer low prices just to compete with the rest of the competition. Now let's go through the cons. So unfortunately, with AI automation, it does require some advanced knowledge of AI, although you have a lot of sort of free tools such as ChatGPT to go out there and build these things. But ultimately, you're going to need some knowledge of AI, and you're going to need some sort of extensive knowledge as well, especially when you're pitching this to business owners. Second of all, it's sort of moral grounds that this sort of stuff is going to put people out of jobs. So whether you feel comfortable with that or not, that's another con of this, that, you're going to be pitching this to business owners, and essentially that could put people out of jobs because you're going to be offering a service that can replace physical jobs with AI. Thirdly, if you don't have sort of any existing software to use, it can be very expensive to build these systems and very time consuming. And if you wanted to outsource it, there's people that are going to charge a lot of money to do this for you. So this might decrease the profit margin, but ultimately you can charge such high prices that it's definitely going to be worth it. So in conclusion, just to summarize them all, for dropshipping, I would suggest this is more for people who are more introverted and like, just stick with their head behind the computer and make money that way, and have a little bit of money to invest in the business and have some technical skills at building websites and things like that. With social media marketing, this is a good business model if you have zero capital to start and, you're a driven entrepreneur who's ready to get on sales calls and have, want to develop your sales skills that are going to help you so much later in life and going to transfer to other businesses, which is going to require a lot more work than dropshipping, but ultimately is going to get you much further in your entrepreneurial journey. And thirdly, the AI automation agency. So this is kind of a mixture of, a few different business models, but this is going to be very good if you're up to date with AI technology and you're very interested in that industry. Then there's huge potential for this. So if you like this video and you want me to go more in depth on each of the videos, please leave a comment and I will reply to them all, and I will also make a video separately to go more in depth in each of these. And if you like this video and found some value in it, only if you found some value, please like and subscribe.